All right, Shalom. This is Horror One by Yasha Allah of the Lions Den Camp, located right here in Jacksonville, Florida. Before I begin, I want to say Kal Halayim, La Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushai, by Hashem, Harakah Kodash, Ma'amah. Double honor to the elder apostles of GMS and the elders. Shalom to you, Akim, Nakwatim, and children that believe in sincerity and truth around the four corners of the earth. Today's topic is going to be quick. It's going to be titled Untimely Figs. The stars of heaven shall fall to the earth, aka ICBM missiles. All right, so I'm going to go into the vision that John the Revelator saw on the Isle of Patmos of the destruction of Babylon. All right, Great Babylon today, Babylon the Great, which we know to be, according to prophecy, the USA. All right, so things are changing, the pages are turning, and we're moving into that time of nuclear war. I think they're saying that on the internet. So we should be able to say it too. But it's just the truth. They're moving into that realm of battle, as according to the scriptures. Now, because you got to think about it, 2,000 years ago, what did John the Revelator see in his vision? He saw basically missiles, a different type of war that was happening. Let me get the scripture real quick. Start off with this. Let's get that's it. 1 second. This is Isaiah 9:5. It says, "For every battle of the warrior is with confused noise and garments rolled in blood, as the ancient battles were." That John would have witnessed a lot of battles with armies fighting like the Roman Empire, the Jewish Roman wars. All right, different battles, kind of like Braveheart or 300, fighting with swords and arrows and shields. That's the type of battles they saw 2,000 years ago. But now what it says, but this shall be with burning and fuel of fire, right? Because ultimately this battle is going to turn nuclear. And I'm going to show you something right here. What's his name? Ayatollah. There you go. All right. Because it says here, what does it say? I can't find it now, of course. Okay, we can look at this one. Check this out. It says what? This is from a representative of Iran, the supreme leader, which is like their spiritual governmental leader. They have a prime minister, I think, or like a president type of leader as well. Then they have the Ayatollah, and that's what allegedly Netanyahu is really targeting, regime change. But they said nukes, just like they did with Saddam Hussein, where they said weapons of mass destruction, and later on, Chairman Powell, he came out and admitted that there were no weapons of mass destruction. So that's why it says Esau is the father of lies. Their whole intention is to do a regime change over there in that land of Israel. Iran. And now they got the opportunity. There's a whole lot more to it than what they're putting on. But it says every battle of the warriors with confused noise, but this one, this final battle before the return of the Lord Yahushua, is going to be what with fuel of fire, and that fuel is going to be nuclear. right? Nuclear fuel, which causes radiation, and that's what they're worried about. They're worried about Israel hitting Iran's nuclear sites, which Israel really can't do it with the missiles they have. Their missiles can only go penetrate. Bunker busters can only penetrate about 100, 200 feet. But what's the name? America, they have bunker busters dealing with the stealth bombers. That I'm gonna show you. They just show videos of them sending stealth bombers and a lot of military arsenals over there to the Middle East from America yesterday. All right. Let me see. So, bomber the news. It says B-2 stealth bombers and 30,000-pound bunker busters. Why striking Iran's nuclear sites is such a difficult feat, and the reason it is because Iran is smart. The leaders of Iran, they have their nuclear sites under mountains because the bunker busters can penetrate that deep. So they built it under mountains, so they have to penetrate even deeper. So what they're going to maybe have to do is go nuclear, or they're going to have to send in ground troops as well. So allegedly, but it says B-2 bomber threat hovers over Iran. Will the U.S. use GBU-57 MOP to blast Tehran's nuclear fortress? All right. So and you've probably been seeing videos of this on the internet being sent over there. All right, and it also can be nuclear equipped. So this war is heating up and fast. All right, so it says, but this shall be with burning and fuel of fire. So it kind of matches up with what John the Revelator was seeing. All right, let's go to Revelations 1 and 1 real quick. This is from the Ayatollah of their country. He just put a statement out, another statement today, or yesterday, I think it was. Iran's supreme leader, we will never surrender. That's the scripture saying what? Let the weak say they're strong. And they're strong because of, not just because of their military technology, but they're strong because of their allies and their religious allegiances that they have with the surrounding countries like Turkey, Pakistan, China, Russia, the Muslim Brotherhood, their little shadow system they set up. It's called a shadow setup, whatever you call it, system. And we're about to see what the hell that is real soon. They're going to show it. It's like playing chess. They're not going to reveal it until the last second. They're all going to be united, a united front. That's why it makes Iran so powerful, is their chess moves. Not because they have a lot of missile capability. All right, but it's because of their allies as well, and their place they have in the market, as far as owning American debt, capitalizing on the OPEC, So it says, let Americans know that the Iranian nation is not one to surrender. Sheesh. And any military intervention on their part will undoubtedly result in irreparable damage. So that's his response to Trump threatening to take him out, and that's his response to Israel threatening to take out the nuclear sites. All right, so I'm gonna see what Revelations 1 and 1 says here. It says here that we've been telling people and warning people. Revelations 1 and 1. the revelation of Yahweh Shai, which Yahweh gave unto him to show unto his servants things which must shortly come to pass. And he sent and signified it by his angel unto his servant John, right? Because 1,000 years is a day to the Most High, so that's shortly to him. 1,000 years to us is a day to the Lord. So that's a short time to him. Who bear record of the word of Yahweh and the testimony of Yahweh Shai and all things that he saw. Blessed is he that readeth and they that hear the words of this prophecy, and keep those things which are written therein, for the time is at hand, man. It's at hand, all right? According to prophecy. Now, what time? We in that time of nuclear war. And when you start talking nuclear, heads start turning then, because that's like total mass destruction. All right. People start to start to recount their life and life's choices and start to see that a lot of these characters they've masked themselves with is really vanity. All right. So let's go here real quick. I want to show this. Share this tab. Because these are the visions that John was seeing, man. He was seeing things like this. That, when the Lord showed him what was coming to pass. Let me go to it real quick. Hold on. Let's go to Revelations 6 and 13. Revelation 6 at 13, it says, 6 and 13. And the stars of heaven fell unto the earth, man. And ultimately, what he really saw was the destruction of Babylon. But the reason I'm showing the pictures in the background is to show that the game has changed, man. They're moving into another form of battle now, where they're starting to use ballistic missiles on each other. Going beyond the speed of sound. And now they're moving towards threats of nuclear. All right, so it says, and the stars of heaven fell upon the earth, even as a fig tree casteth her untimely figs when she is shaken of a mighty wind, meaning like what? Suddenly or unexpectedly. All right, or sooner than expected. The missile's going to be shot off, and they're gonna. He said, "What? Let me get this real quick." This is Isaiah 34 and 5. For my sword shall be bathed in heaven, and the heavens represent the Shemayim, which is the waters up in space. Because when those missiles shoot out, they go out of space, called a ballistic missile or ICBM. They go out of space, out of the atmosphere, and they come back in, and they use gravity to propel it speed, and that's what it goes at Mach speed. So they have the hypersonics, but then they also have regular ballistics that can go out and enter and use gravity to get that Mach speed. All right. So for my sword shall be bathed in heaven, right? But the difference is this sword, once they shoot them off towards this place, Babylon, they're going to be equipped with nuclear warheads, and that's Revelations 9. Behold, it shall come down upon Idumea, and today, spiritually, this place is Idumea. And upon the people of my curse to judgment. And that's 2/3 in these heathens. All right. So this what time we in. And they're like, is it going to happen? World War III has started. The battle has begun and all that. But let me see. Let me get this real quick. So this is the type of vision that John was seeing. All right. Wars and shields. But then the Lord showed you this vision. He saw the stars falling from heaven. They look like stars falling out the sky and causing destruction upon the earth. Look at that. All right, so we in a heavy time of prophecy. That's right. I'm gonna cut this off. So now, let me get this real quick. Make sure I got my sound. Yep. So John the Revelator, he saw that. He saw the times that we're in right now. Matter of fact, let's go there real quick. Let me get that on my phone so I don't take too long on the computer. Let's go here. I'm gonna go to 2nd Ezra chapter 9 and just read real quick. 2nd Ezra 9:1, it says, and he answered me then and said, measure the time diligently in itself, and when thou seest part of the signs pass. We're seeing the part of the signs pass. Okay, that's let's go there real quick. Matthew's 24 and 29. This Matthew's 24 and 29. It says, immediately after the tribulation of those days, see, now the tribulation is coming. That's what they can bring. This can bring economic downturn for America as well. All right. Immediately after the tribulation of those days, the tribulation, Jacob's trouble, shall the sun be darkened, and the moon shall not give her light. That's going to be because of the nuclear fallout. It's going to be destruction. All right. That means these missiles are going to hit. They're going to be bathed in heaven, and they're going to come down and touch the ground. They're going to go past all of their defenses in the U.S. and in Israel. And the stars shall fall from heaven, and the powers of the heavens shall be shaken. That means what? The powers of heaven, talking about the sun, moon, and the stars, and the earth itself is going to be shaken from the earthquake, according to Revelation 11. And the earth is going to reel to and fro, and that blast is going to reach all the way out into the heavens, into space. All right, mushroom clouds, 200 million warheads, and missiles. And the stars shall fall from heaven. Those stars talking about the missiles. All right. And then shall appear the sign of the Son of Man, and then shall all the tribes of the earth mourn, and they shall see the Son of Man coming in the clouds of heaven with power and great glory, man. So in that time, in the midst of nuclear destruction, we're going to see Yahushua returning. All right. And he shall send his angels with the great sound of a trumpet, and they shall gather together his elect from the four winds, from one end of heaven to the other. And we're in that time. So when we see these prophecies happening, we know that we're about to see angels, man. We're about to see Yahushua himself. All right. So let's go here real quick. I think I read. Oh, I wasn't even done reading this. All right, so that's part of the signs. It says, 2nd Ezra 9:1. He answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself, and when thou seest part of the signs pass, which I have told thee before, then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made. So he's beginning to visit the earth, man. You know. Let me get this on real quick. Israel. All right. Sheesh. And they just put it out there. You had Trump put a declaration to a bunch of the Iranians to leave Tehran because they could be planning an attack on their nuclear sites. All right. So let me get something real quick. It says here, Jeremiah 49:20. Therefore, hear the counsel of Yahweh that he have taken against Edom and his purposes. He have purpose against the inhabitants of Teman. All right, where they're ruling at the Temanites, the leaders of Edom. They're think tanks. They're Germans. They're scientists. They're governors. Presidents, rulers. And most of them are Germans, Temanites. Surely the least of the flock shall draw them out, and the least of the flock is those proxy nations like Israel, who cannot really, at this point, can't really defend itself against from Iran's attacks, because you have the the Iron Dome, which goes about 100 feet or 200. Then you have out, in the radius to protect and stop any incoming attacks from hitting Israel. But then you have the David Sling, which goes out a lot further and blocks any incoming attacks out further. And then you have the Arrow, which goes out hundreds of miles, in any radius, and can attack and defend from any oncoming attacks. But it didn't stop Iran's attack. It went right through it. So the game has changed, man. And now Iran's not backing down. And it's the opportunity for the world to see Iran and its allies and this shadow conglomerate that they built up that's going to step out to the forefront real soon, according to 2nd Ezra 15. All right. So I wanted this to be quick. Let me try to hurry up. Let me get Psalms 64:7. Because the focus is what John saw and what times we're in. That's so he said, measure thou the time diligently in itself. And when you see part of the signs pass, you start seeing the prophecies come to pass. Psalm 64:5. It says they encourage themselves in an evil matter. Right? So Trump, Israel, and the allies, which would be like France and the UK, the beast and the dragon. They encourage themselves in their regime change that they're trying to do, or their new world order. They commune of laying snares privily, man. All right, they're laying traps. That's Habakkuk chapter 2. Taking over these nations, heaping all nations unto himself, setting snares in the earth, just like Esau was prophesied to do, the hunter. They say, who shall see them? Come on, man. Right? Especially Bibi, Netanyahu. He like, who gonna figure out his plan? They search out iniquities, man. They accomplish a diligent search. Both the inward thought of every one of them and the heart is deep, man. It's like a mystery what the hell they about to do, because they so damn wicked. Like, how dark are these damn? Are they really that wicked? Yes, the mystery of iniquity is being revealed, and all their thoughts, and it's like a deep well of evil. Right? But check this out. But Yahweh shall shoot at them with an arrow, and suddenly shall they be wounded. Come on, man. And we in that time where suddenly their walls are being pierced through and broken down, you know. And I would say thwarted. They're thwarting their attacks, and also yep. So Revelations, did I go to 21 yet? 1 second. Revelations 21 and 5. Did I get that? I'll end it with this one, man, because yeah, it's definitely going down, and we're moving fastly. Trump threatens Iran leader. We're moving fastly into a direct war with America and Iran, and open. The Ayatollah guy, he said you can tell Israel has been weakened because America's speaking up for them. If they weren't weakened, they wouldn't have to speak up for them. He hitting them hard, man. All right. So, you know, this is it, man. Israel versus Iran, a U.S. proxy war. Proxy meaning they're the proxy, and they're going to pull America into the war, which was believed to be the plan the whole time, really. All right. Revelation 21 and 5, and he that sat upon the throne. See, it's Yahweh that's ruling in the kingdom of men, not man. They're not ruling. They're in they're in a rulership seat because the Most High put them there. All right. But he that sat upon the throne, Yahweh, said, behold, I make all things new. And he said unto me, write, for these words are faithful and true, man. And that's what we're realizing today, that let me finish this real quick. 2 Ezra 9 and 2. Then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made. Then, therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world, then shalt thou well understand that the Most High spake of those things from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning. So, you know, and we're in that time, man, for those that believe and those that have ears to hear and eyes to see. You know, we're excited and we're waiting for this. You know, because salvation is right behind it. Right? But this is the type of vision that John the Revelator was seeing. Icbm missiles. And we're definitely in that time of heavy prophecy. With them, I'm going to end this, say shalom. See y'all on the next one.